Another trait of being a high value woman, no one can tell you nonsense. Like, are you feeling me? Yeah. Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Hi, my name is Kamsinnamani, and if it's the first time you're seeing this beautiful face, please don't make it your last by clicking on the subscribe button and give me this video a big thumbs up if you end up enjoying it, and if not, hi my loves, welcome back. All right, ladies, so in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to be a high value woman in your 20s. I don't really know if I've actually done a video specifically on this, probably. I'm not sure, but I was just inspired to do this video again because I talk a lot about it and I refer to this term HVW, high value woman, and I was like, let me actually just make sure. If I'm not sure, let me make sure there's a video about this. Now, let's start off by describing or explaining what a high value woman actually is. And simply put, it's a woman that knows her value, a woman that knows her worth, and will not do certain things or let people do certain things to her because she just knows she's above that. That is how I would simply define a high value woman. Because you know you're a woman of value, you just live your life differently. And I just want to point out that not every single woman on this earth is a high value woman. Every woman can be a high value woman, but not every woman is. So certain times when I get opposition or all these other things, I just feel like, well, not everyone is going to have this mindset because not everyone is.
It's a genre. Not everybody fits on the roster.
Take that however you want to interpret that. But yeah, moving on to traits of a high value woman, how you know a high value woman, what she's known for, the types of characteristics she would most likely embody. And the first one would be self-confidence or self-awareness. So a high value woman is a very confident woman. Now, she might not be confident all the time. She might not actually be so confident inside, but she projects that because confidence gains respect. Always know that when you are confident, people respect you, point blank, period. So if you're someone that is not exactly the most confident, you need to build that and understand that not every confident person feels confident inside. I get the comment a lot that, oh, you're so confident, so confident. I am, but not all the time. Sometimes I put up a front because I need to get certain things done, and sometimes you have to sell yourself in order to achieve certain things. So even though, for example, a job that you're not that experienced in, you don't have to show that you have no knowledge, that you can just be confident still. You know, you're still selling yourself. Having self-confidence and high self-esteem is so important to a woman. That is something that will help you. Help you as a woman in this world. You need to be confident. When your confidence level is down, your barrier kind of is down. So it's like anyone can come in, anyone can do anything because you really don't see yourself as that person that deserves anything more. So you take less. So a high value woman is self-aware. We all didn't start at that point. So sometimes you have to be willing to learn, be willing to work on it because you need it. It's a good life skill in general. So again, high value women are confident because they know what they bring to the table. They know who they are. They know what they are going to do. You might not have done it, but you're so confident in the fact that, you know what, I'm going to do great things. I have a plan. I'm a hardworking woman. All of that, and it's so important for you to have that. That's why it's not good to be around spaces or around people that make you feel less of yourself, either being like a friend circle or family or a partner, because the longer you stay there, at some point, even if you're the most confident person, when you're always around spaces that try to chip at you or make you doubt yourself, at some point you start adopting that idea, and it's very, very dangerous. So protect your space, protect your environment. Okay, so the second trait or attribute of a high value woman is being goal oriented. You have to have a plan for your life. Not only a plan, but you have to have goals set for your life. High value women understand that they have a life before a husband, before kids, like you have your life. Men, friends, family come and go, but your goals, your work, your passion, that can never be taken away from you as a woman. So why won't you commit yourself to it. The goals you have for yourself keep you motivated, they keep you disciplined. As a woman, if you don't have a goal or plan for your life, you're going to be easily distracted. Anybody can come in, veer you off, you're just floating because really and truly, you have no goal for yourself, you have no plan, you're bored, you're idle, and what they say, and I was an idle man's, this is the devil's workshop. When you're idle, that's when you start thinking of rubbish. That's when you start entertaining rubbish because you have nothing better to do. When you have goals for yourself, when you have plans, one, you're not readily available 24 hours of the day. So it's not just anyone that can call you, oh, let's meet up. You're like, okay, okay. Every time you're always saying, okay, there's never a time where you're like, you know what, I have things I'm doing, let's reschedule, or no, I already had this going on, so it can't work. You're always saying yes, because you have nothing doing. And the other party takes note of, this girl is actually always readily available. Does she not have work? So when you have a job, when you have a plan, when you have something you're preparing for, so either be, maybe you're trying to learn a skill, or you're in school, or something that you have going for yourself, just you, nobody else, just you, is very important. It's a trait that high value women have. You have to have your own plan. It's very attractive. It's very, it's admirable as a woman for you to have something that you're doing, something that you're passionate about, something that no one can ever take away from you. It is yours, or something you're working towards. So again, it keeps you motivated. It just removes distractions because you have where you're going to. So when you meet someone, or even when you're dating, you meet someone that you're talking to this person, you're trying to match them up with what the goal you have for your life, and you're like, this really doesn't work. But when you don't even have a goal, don't have a plan, it's like, what are you exactly measuring them up to? What are you trying to see? Okay, does this align? Do our paths align? I can't really finish up this point without mentioning the elephant in the room, which is basically the quarter life crisis that most people in their 20s go through, where they are unsure of literally everything in their life. I'm definitely in that quarter life crisis. Sometimes I feel like I have a better view. Other times I'm like, what am I doing in my life? It happens to everyone. I'm doing YouTube, but at the same time, I still go through that. You're so unsure of things, you don't even know what you're going to do. It's very normal. But don't use it as an excuse as to why you shouldn't now face that. You're unsure, so be receptive, be open for inspiration, that you're trying to figure out your life, not for you to get distracted and just want to push that aside and face something else that doesn't add any value to your life. Okay, ladies, another important trait of a high value woman is she is mature / emotionally intelligent. A high value woman is someone that is not afraid to speak her mind. When people cross the line or cross certain boundaries, she's assertive, she says her mind, says she's not happy with this, and keeps it pushing. However, she knows when to use that voice and when not to. Being emotionally intelligent is actually a life skill that everyone should have. A lot of us don't have it. A lot of us don't know when you should speak and when you should not speak, or the best time to address certain issues and when to keep it. This is not the time for this. There's a time and place. It's a very important skill because, again, you look very immature when you just throw tantrums wherever. If you're offended, you shout. If there's no control, you have no discipline over yourself. No, even though you're so angry, you know that this is not the time and place. And there is a very big incident that happened on a very important stage, and that honestly is my point in terms of emotional intelligence. Yes, we are all human beings, we all have our faults, we all make mistakes. That person made a mistake, but again, understand that there are consequences for your actions. When you do certain things and you do the wrong things, don't assume that, oh yeah, I was just learning life and nothing should happen to you. No, that's granted, you made a mistake, but there are repercussions. So always know that when people say, oh, we're just learning, cool and fine, but understand that you can do that. It even happens in the Bible. God still loves certain people, but when they sin, he still punished them. So never for once think that, they should be forgiven. No one's going to forgive you. No one owes you any forgiveness. Yeah, they can forgive you, but you still have to face the consequences of your actions. So that's also another trait that high value women have. So yeah, as a high value woman, you should learn emotional intelligence. So my next trait of a high value woman is standards. I've definitely discussed standards in other videos, but high value women have standards. Standards protect you, standards help you, and it's not something you can fake. You can't fake having standards if if you don't value yourself. So before you have standards, you actually have to value yourself. You have to basically appraise yourself and say, I'm really like a catch, so I want a particular type of person. It doesn't necessarily have to be about finances or physical appearance, but character is very important. You should have standards. Certain people, as a high value man, you shouldn't think twice about. It's just not gonna happen. That's it. Period. It's just not gonna happen. And no apologies. It's your life. It's your right. It's your choice. Okay, so standards are very important. There are so many people walking around. If you just accept everyone, even standards in friendships, standards in relationships, standards are key. It's not just for relationship. Even with your friends, the type of friends you keep, you should have standards with that as well. They are all important. All right, ladies, so my last trait is high value women are not doormats. You need to have boundaries. Boundaries are very important. They keep people in check. They keep you in check, because sometimes we ourselves cross our own boundaries and usually regret it. So when you're not a doormat, it simply means people won't take you for idiots. Okay? People won't think you're a fool. That's basically, you're not going to accept everything everyone says. You're a people pleaser. You're trying to do everything at the expense of your own sanity. That's not the vibe here. High value woman, again, you know your value, you know your worth. So if things don't align, you can respectfully communicate that. Like I always say in most of my videos, we teach people how to treat us. We interact with our friends differently because we know the characteristics and behaviors of most of them. You know that if you say certain things to this friend, they'll react this way, and you're like, I don't want to do that, so you won't do that. So that's what people do. That's what we do to ourselves every single time. So if you are someone that's a doormat, that's your people pleaser, you always take everything someone does, even when they offend you, you don't say anything. Guess what? They'll do it again because you didn't teach them anything the first time. So basically, just having boundaries and learning to say no and being confident about it. You don't have to feel guilty because you didn't want to do something. You have a choice. You have a right. So you have to learn how to be assertive. It's something you have to work on. When you do certain things and you're not even happy about it, what's the point? And it shows that you lack confidence because you can just confidently say, no, I don't want to do that. And that's the whole beauty. Like, so when people are coming to you, they know what to say, what not to say, because you have those boundaries and you have set them and you enforce it. It's one thing to have boundaries and another thing to enforce it. So when people cross the line, you don't have to fight it. Again, we're talking about being emotionally intelligent. You don't have to do a tantrum, but you should communicate that a line has been crossed, and if they do it again, then there are repercussions, there are consequences. That's how people also value you. All these things line up. You won't just appear and be like, oh, I'm a high value man. It's not really about saying it. Your actions have to back it up. So with all these points, being self-confident, having goals, that is also having something you're doing, money as well. Listen, money is power, especially as a woman. You need money. I'm not saying be a billionaire, but if it's that you're getting allowance, try. I know it's so hard at talking about savings in a country like this, but if you can, please try to save. If you're working, try to work more, try to make more money, because I think money just helps you have a choice and stick to that choice. Because when you are hungry, I mean, there are a lot of things you might do because you're hungry, if you get my drift. So having money, having your own money is honestly another trait of being a high value woman. No one can tell you nonsense. Like, are you feeding me? So it's easier to say that when they are truly not feeding you, when no one is feeding you and you are feeding yourself, you are sustaining yourself. There's a different level of confidence, a different level of, I don't know, it's just like people even respect you a lot more because you're not paying my bills. You get what I'm trying to say? So I hope you ladies enjoyed this video. I just wanted to put all this straight so you kind of know where you need to work on. Again, I'm also working on these things. I'm not perfect. We're all on the same self-development journey. But I don't believe that a high value woman has an age. You can be a high value woman at 18. You can be a high value woman in your 20s. It starts when you decide to be one, and not only just deciding, but also having certain traits and behaviors that truly show that you are one, and people will definitely respect you and take you seriously. So I hope you ladies love this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll hopefully see you in my next video. Bye.